Well, hello everyone and welcome to today's video. I'm going to share with you, why do people stay in debt? Now, there was 7 suggestions why people stay in debt, and I actually have a few more. So I hope you grab a cup of coffee and enjoy the video. The first thing we're doing today is I do need to make something in order to save money. See, this channel, I do a lot of things and they're all about saving lots of money, and I'm doing this really quick for all of you. And that is, I'm making my own margarine. Now, I'm using olive oil, equal parts of olive oil with equal parts of butter. This will stretch my butter a lot further because butter is so expensive. So we're gonna make our own whipped butter today. And let's go talk a little bit about this. Then I'll come back and show you what I'm doing. All right, so here we go. I'm going to give you a little bit of my summary. These were not things that I came up with. These were things that I researched, and I'm going to share with you a little bit my thoughts. They want to keep up appearances. In other words, if they're in a social group of people, they want to appear as if they're rich. Now, I've seen this so many times. So people that want to be part of an elite group, or people that want to be part of a group of people, and they all want to look a certain part. Businessmen always want to look prosperous. And so a lot of times, even though their businesses are failing, they will want to keep appearances. They want to keep looking that way. I've known people that couldn't pay their electricity, but yet they were going to conventions and going to places that were $150 plate food. So that is one of them. Keeping up appearances is one reason why people stay in debt. Number 2 is unwilling to sacrifice. So many people are unwilling to sacrifice. We live in the here now. You know the commercial, I want my money and I want it now. That is number 2. People do not want to sacrifice. They want everything and they want it right away and they want it now. Fear of change. So many people get set in their ways and they're fearful of changes. This was me. I was afraid of change. I was so afraid to just let go of some of my extra work because I was afraid of what would happen if I did that. So a lot of people are fearful. They're just very fearful of doing something different, fearful of paying off their debt. They are very fearful of doing that because they got so used to their debt and used to living that way that, well, it just seems like a lot of bother to change their whole dynamics and the way they think about money. Here's one thing that I can somewhat resonate with, and that is addicted to stuff. So many people are addicted to stuff. So like an addiction to food, you can buy things and that can help fill a void in your life for a small period of time. You get a high when you buy things, but what I learned is you can also get a high from saving money. And so when you're addicted to stuff, and I share with you in very deep details about my whole philosophy of money and where I went wrong with it. And so you can be addicted, absolutely addicted to stuff. I mean, it's called retail therapy. People say, well, if you're sad or if you're hurt or something is going on in your life, go out to the mall, go shopping. It's retail therapy. And a lot of people, they feel so much better when they do that until they come home. A case in point is someone that I knew that went shopping every day went shopping, and they had so many things that they couldn't even take them out of the bag. So they would just throw the bags in the corner, and day after day after day, they would just keep buying new. Now, I wasn't to that point, but I loved buying things, like at the thrift store when I got something. I thought, oh, this is nice, I'll take it. Oh, this is nice, I'll take it. And my home got fuller and fuller and fuller, and I really wasn't enjoying it like I would have if I didn't have everything all the time. Case in point, here's another example I love to use, and that is ice cream. When you buy ice cream every day and you eat ice cream every single day of your life, well then ice cream isn't so special. But when you only get it at a special time, or you don't get it all the time, it tastes better. It's more special because you don't have it all the time. So that is a big one, is addicted to stuff. Other one is they're just plain lazy. They don't want to sacrifice. They want it, and they want it now. They need self-gratification. They need it now, and they don't want to wait. That is another thing that I have really done a lot of deep study on. And, you know, we all are guilty of that to some extent. You know, they want it now. When you go to the fast food restaurant, the drive-through is, if you don't get it in 5 minutes, you get it for free. You know, everybody wants their money now. They want their food now. They want everything now. They don't want to save for it. Why? They don't want to save for a rainy day. They'd rather spend it. And so that is another one. They need self-gratification. So for me now, what I do is I look first to see if I have something. If there's something that I need, I'll look first to see if I have it. If I don't have it, then I'll look to see if how can I use something else in replace of it. And if I can't do that, then I would consider buying it. So there's always ways to work around that self-gratification where you think you have to have it now. There's always ways that you could work around that and see, okay, what can I use that I already have? Instead of thinking, well, you got to have it right away. And then here is one that I shared, and this was one that was not given in the reason, but I'm sharing this. Maybe you have a spouse that's unwilling. So many times people will ask me in my videos, well, they'll say, this is all good for you, but my husband won't do this. My husband won't live this way. Maybe you have a spouse that spends a lot of money. Here's a tough one. What is the magic words of wisdom that I can say to you if you have a spouse that loves to spend money that they don't need or they don't have? That's really difficult. As a woman now, one of the things that I have changed my thinking on is it's nice for a woman to have her own finances to a certain extent. And that means if something happens, at least she has a little bit of money set aside. So if you are a woman and you are in charge of the finances, what you could do is put a little bit of the money back just so you have it in case you need it. If you are a woman and the man is the one who doesn't want to save money. That can be very tricky. If the man is the one who's in charge of all the money and he spends all the money, it's very difficult in that situation. And I don't have a clear-cut answer for you on that. So the spouse not willing to save money is one reason why a lot of people remain in debt. Sometimes it just happens that way. My husband and I are on the same page. He is a tightwad, and I tell you that all the time. So in our situation, we can actually make a dynamic situation. We can make a dynamic change in our life because we are equally paired up with this. So that makes it so much better. But there you go, everyone. You enjoyed that. I hope you got something out of it. Now I'm going to go ahead and show you the butter. I put it in the refrigerator, and we're going to use that for on vegetables. We will use that for different cooking needs, and that will save us money and not having to buy butter so much. Take care, everyone, and we'll see you guys on the next one, and that's tomorrow. Bye. So basically, it's really easy. It is half whipped butter. To make the whipped butter, it's half regular butter. And it is half olive oil. Now, remember, save these wax papers. You can use these to help grease your muffin tins or grease your cake tins. See all that butter in there? You can use that. So don't throw them away. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put my cup here, but we're gonna add a little bit of the olive oil at one time. We're not gonna add it all at once. All right, so you're gonna keep blending it until you have all the little pieces of butter finely chopped. Now, you're gonna keep mixing until all the butter is very fine, so you won't see any lumps and clumps. It is advised not to use a mixer. I don't know why, I've always done it by hand. So we're just gonna keep on stirring this. And then when you put it in the refrigerator, it will partly solidify, but not fully. And this will stretch your butter so much more.